Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is your weekly tarot energy reading for November 5th through the 11th, 2018. So you guys, I actually did record this video for you recently, and I'm sorry that it's actually up so late. What happened is I accidentally deleted the video completely off of my phone, and I was so frustrated because it was like such a good reading. And I was just like, I can't even right now because I've been working so hard on your orders. So I'm sorry this is coming at you guys late. I have a feeling it's because of Mercury retrograde. So I just wanted to start this reading off by letting you guys know it is Mercury retrograde. And Mercury will be retrograding until December 6th. The post-shadow phase is pretty much going to last through the holidays. We're pretty much out of the clear in January after the new year. I know a lot of people freak out during Mercury retrograde. It can be really frustrating. You tend to have to redo things during Mercury retrograde, hence me making this video for the second time. There can be disruptions in technology, glitches and stuff like that, communication errors, because Mercury rules communication, so it appears to go backwards. So Mercury isn't actually going backwards, it's just the appearance of it going backwards, and so things might appear to slow down or to stop or delay. After Mercury retrograde is always my favorite time though, because there's usually like a huge boost of energy, there's a lot of downloads, you kind of reap the benefits of the harvest, you can actually manifest things during Mercury retrograde. It's pretty exciting. I'm always like, yay, it's Mercury retrograde, because when Mercury retrograde ends, awesome things are going to happen. I just have noticed that pattern in my life. And so it's almost like you get a reward for going through the hell that can sometimes be Mercury retrograde. So roll with the punches, welcome anything that's happening in your life, make a joke out of it, laugh at it, and say, Mercury, bring it on. There's nothing you can do to me that's going to, screw things up for me in the long term. You are in control of your life, you have free will, and you're just gonna have to work around it. Double check plans, be careful what you say. People might be a little salty. There's probably, if you're online, there might be a lot of trolls. You might have to delete some people, block some people. It can lead to breakups. I think we've already been seeing a lot of that because of the Venus retrograde. But it brings, death brings that rebirth and new beginning. So think of Mercury retrograde as kind of like old crops being burned to clear the way for new growth. It's almost like a forest fire or something. It's awful, it's destructive, but there's some plants that can only grow in soil that has been fertilized by a forest fire. And so think of it as like sometimes you need to clear the way for new growth, and I really see Mercury retrograde as something that does that. Mercury retrograde usually retrogrades 4 times a year, so it's best to learn how to flow with this energy. So anything with a re in front of it is usually a good thing to do. So you can revisit something, you can reconnect with people, you can rediscover something, you can rewrite or replan or rethink or re-strategize. Put some ideas below, anything you guys can think of with a re in front of it. Maybe put some ideas in the comments below about things you can do during Mercury retrograde, get creative. But it actually could be really good for your business. Some people might have been thinking, I want to start a new business or I want to move forward with something. Mercury retrograde is actually a good time to follow through on that. It's definitely going to be interesting having this Mercury retrograde period during the holidays. Be really careful with your family and stuff like that. If you have to be at events or, any celebrations, make sure that you plan to, just plan for the worst. And if the best happens, awesome. Make sure you leave extra time. There could be, showing up late places or getting details confused. So just prepare for anything and everything and you should be fine. Mercury retrograde is actually a really good time to get your cards read. Some people think like, oh, the messages are not going to come through, but I actually find myself really tapped in personally during Mercury retrograde, and I'm always doing a lot of healing work and a lot of spiritual work during Mercury retrograde. So if you're interested, hit me up for a reading. I do just want to do a quick plug and let you guys know that I have a Skype sale going on right now, so check it out on my website, promiseharmony.com/services. I have openings, so if you want to talk like tomorrow, the next day, this weekend, whatever, just let me know and we can, do a chat. So this week, as always, we've got your general energy. I did just read some of it because Mercury retrograde has a lot to do with the energy of this week. So we've got the general message, we've got a love message for this week, and we also have a message about your career and a final message from Spirit. It's interesting because, the Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, a lot of people have been experiencing kind of like a dry spell in their love life. I think a lot of you guys are wanting to know about love. I've been prompted to make a lot of love readings lately, like the twin flame one I just did and the one about, are they over you? Check that out, I just did that. This is talking about maybe like a love triangle or like a third party situation. So some of you guys right now, this might not apply to everyone. Keep in mind, this is a general message. Some of you guys might be caught up in a love triangle right now. And it's very frustrating. But this is the funeral flower, and I see out of death comes rebirth. And so there's gonna be breakthroughs. I'm seeing a lot of karmic partners breaking up this week. So that's really positive. We're talking about karmic partners. So if you're in a karmic relationship, you're in a toxic relationship and you're just like, I want to, this is your chance. Like this week is a good opportunity to step away if you're being guided to do that. And if you're worried that you're not going to be able to do that, or like, maybe you're living with them and you need another place or another job or a new source of income, like that actually might come through this week. And so it's good news, I feel like. If you're waiting on somebody like a twin flame or a soulmate or a crush, to break up with their karmic, that very well could go down this week. And it's crazy because we've been seeing a lot of breakups in the news this week. And so I think a lot of karmics are breaking up, and that seems to be in the news. And like I also see a message about people breaking up because they've been cheated on, or cheating or something like that. And so that's an energy that's kind of floating around right now. If that doesn't apply to you, don't take that message. I am seeing for other people, there's like a hesitancy to go on your own path. So this could be in love, but it could be in other areas of your life too. Like some people are feeling hesitant to go on their own, to take a new path. Like for instance, in business, maybe you want to start your business, but you're waiting for a business partner or you're waiting for someone to help you, but you're getting this guidance and you're getting these downloads to reach out, to try something new, to kind of go at it alone. And so this is actually a really beautiful message. It's the pole star, or it's the star in traditional tarot. I absolutely love what it says in the book. I'm actually going to be quoting just a little bit from my Wildwood Tarot. You guys know I love this deck. Whoops, number 17. So it actually says that this week you're going to be feeling a really strong connection to the universe. So there could be some weird synchronicities, like being at the right place at the right time, or like you're getting signs or angel numbers like 1111 or 222. And you're getting downloads. Some of you guys are feeling quite prophetic this week. You might be talking to a friend and all of a sudden just get a sense like you need to tell them something, or be careful, be very gentle with people right now because of Mercury retrograde. But that is kind of an energy that's going around, like feeling like you want to speak into somebody's life or something. Just make sure you have boundaries and ask permission to do so. You're feeling inspired. There's knowledge that's been rising inside of you and it's been guiding you to take a new journey. This is talking about feeling grounded in your truth, feeling this stirring in the core of your being, and navigating closer in alignment with your personal truth. This is also saying, like, lately you might be feeling kind of lost in the dark, but this card is beautiful. In the book it actually says, remember that the same laws and primal matter that bind the North Star and fuel its giant heart also formed you. So we're all made of stars, and when you realize like we're part of this universe, the universe is part of us, it's kind of just like this big aha moment of, and I highly suggest this week, if you're feeling kind of lost, to go out in nature and to lose yourself in the magic that is nature, and to feel that connection with this earth. The transformation card's coming out. Some of you guys are going through your spiritual awakening. It's probably why you found your way to my channel and have been really interested in tarot and esoteric knowledge and spirituality lately. And this is just a reminder that spirituality is what you decide that it is for yourself. And even if I say something or have a certain belief that you don't feel in alignment with, you trust yourself. That's why I say that like every reading like 10 times. Trust yourself, trust yourself. This is just what I'm transmitting, you know, this is what I'm being guided to say for the people that are being guided to watch this. And this is a message about you really taking the information and the guidance that you're given and using that knowledge this week. This is the psychic card. So this is like a week where everybody's just feeling really, really psychic. I would highly suggest, if you don't know in what way that you're psychic, remember everybody has psychic gifts or spiritual gifts or like a certain type of intuition, and it can speak to you in many different ways. So I have this pick a card reading called What Are Your Psychic and Spiritual Gifts? Google that or type that in. Rainbow Harmony, what are your psychic and spiritual gifts? It'll pop up, and check out that reading, and it'll really help you figure out in what way your intuition is speaking to you. Once again, some more messages about love. Past 2 weeks, the general messages have had a lot to do with love. I think it's just on everybody's minds lately. I think it's because it's like, for a lot of people, it's sweater weather, and you know, you're seeing these couples at the coffee shops cuddling and drinking from the same straw or whatever, and you know, and you're just like, why not me? Some of you guys are pretty single and like super ready to mingle. Not everybody, but some of you guys. And so, or maybe you're just not able to connect with your partner right now, so you're feeling kind of lonely. And so I think a lot of the messages have to do with that. And so I do get a sense for people that are single that the energy will be opening very soon for you to connect with somebody new. For a lot of people, this window's happening around the end of January and February especially. Of course, for some people, there's Valentine's Day in February, but I feel like it's kind of besides the point. There's just a strong love energy that month. Very few people will be connecting in love right now. And that is because of the Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde energy that we're seeing. But for a handful of people, there's somebody coming back from your past. Because of Mercury retrograde, a lot of people seem to want to reconnect. And I see this as positive for some of the people that does affect. Pay attention. Maybe there's just some closure that needs to happen here, or maybe it'll be the rekindling of something. This is talking about some people feeling like really being conflicted by your own mind. Like feeling a lot of chaos and drama around you. For some people, it could even be talking about addictions that are flaring up, or just like having a lot of fear and feeling really overwhelmed. I think it's been a really busy season for people in work. A lot of people are just like trying to get things done before they take a break over the holidays. For those that don't celebrate the holidays, I still see it's just been a very busy time at work. And so this is saying that right now, your fears really need to be confronted and understood. Some people are really prone to like obsession and physical illness and a little bit of paranoia right now. So there's a message about getting enough sleep and, you know, really trying to make a ritual around your sleep, like doing a meditation or saying prayers or drinking some hot tea. Maybe try to get off your phone before you go to bed. I'm working on this one. Reading a book, like a positive book with like a peaceful message can just get your brain into that space of peace before you go to sleep. I every night I say my gratitude until I fall asleep. It's almost like my version of counting sheep. And I feel like when you go to whatever energy that you go to bed in is the energy you wake up in. So if you are ruminating in your mind about all of your anxieties and fears before you go to bed, you're going to wake up anxious. And because your body is going to, whatever energetic state you go to sleep in is what you wake up with. So I don't know if a lot of you guys know that, but maybe trying to just get your thoughts and your mind under control a little bit more before you go to sleep. So a good thing to do actually is to write in your journal, like, you know, maybe before you get into bed and start winding down, start with that and write your anxieties and your fears out. Then read a book or relax or have some tea, whatever you need to do. And then when you go to sleep, count your blessings and just focus on gratitude and focus replay the happy, peaceful moments and the things that you liked about the day, even if it was just like the sun was shining, I had a nice breakfast, I said hi to someone, you know, to a friend, like even if it's just the little things, just go over that until you fall asleep and you'll wake up feeling great. And it is something you kind of have to discipline yourself to do, but trust me, coming from someone who has PTSD, this really, really helps, and it can even make your nightmares go away. So next, what I'm seeing, okay, we're moving on to love. We've talked a little bit about it in the general energy, but what I'm seeing is that some of you guys are really waiting for somebody to make the effort in the relationship. For those of you guys that are in a long-term committed relationship, I see a lot of passion and true love here. And then there's a message, there will be some people who are watching this video who are going to be getting proposed to over the next 2 months. It could have something to do with the holidays, and it's definitely in the air. So I see proposals actually for at least, I'm getting a number, 5 to 8 people who are watching this. You might be one of those people. Maybe you and your partner have already been talking about this, but I just want to say congrats to you. That's really exciting. For some people, I know not everybody wants to get married, and like that's, you know, that's cool. Like not everybody desires that, and you can still have a beautiful, you know, cohesive relationship and never take that step. I feel like for some people, it's like just the next step in your relationship. Like, you know, let's move in together, or let's adopt a pet together or something, or let's have a child. One of you is pregnant. I don't know who this is, but I'm getting a lot of specific downloads today. One of you guys is pregnant, and we'll be finding out that it's a girl. You're going to be getting the message, I feel like the first week of December, I want to say. And so I feel like you already know it's a girl, and like you're just dying to know. And so I just want to say to whoever this message is for, that it's a girl, and definitely come back and let us know if this comes through. And then I also see a message in love for some people about wanting to reach out to somebody that you are really into, but they're with somebody else. Or maybe you've reached out and you've tried to make the effort, but you're not getting anything back, and that's just because the bond between them doesn't mean it's healthy, but it's strong, and they're committed, and they want to be respectful, and they don't want to step out on that person. And so if this is somebody you really have high hopes about, I don't think you would want this person to go behind their back and flirt with you, because if for some reason they broke up and you guys got together, you wouldn't want them to do that to you, would you? And so I feel like that's a message that's coming out, is just because they're not hitting you back or something like that doesn't mean they're not into you. It's just they want to be respectful of the relationship they're in, and they also want to respect you. And so, you know, it's like trust the situation. So that's what I'm getting in love for this week. As far as your work goes, it's like you gotta keep hustling. It's the new moon today, actually. Pretty awesome energy. The past few days, you've probably been feeling like you don't want to do anything. I see a lot of people who've been calling off. I think the weather might have something to do with it. I feel like it's raining in a lot of places, and like you just don't want to get out of bed. You know, and I feel like some of you guys who've been calling off a lot lately have been worried about your finances. But I see the money coming through. I see it getting better. Some of you guys also might have had some illnesses or injuries that have kept you off of work. I see those injuries repairing. I think this card's talking about the illnesses. And also there's a message for some of you guys to prepare for that. Financially, mentally, like just know anything can happen, and you want to make sure that you kind of save for a rainy day, like quite literally. And then this is a message for people who are considering to take a spiritual path. I feel like a lot of you guys have been getting the message, I want to start a tarot channel, or I want to move forward with a new project, or I want to take a Reiki class, or you know, I want to visit the crystal shop and see if they have any classes I can take, or something like that. And they're saying, yes, this is actually a really good time to educate yourself and to move forward in this area if you're being called to do so. Final message from Spirit about this week is saying there's a lot happening in your love life, basically. And I do see intimacy for a lot of couples. And this is also saying, you know, reach for the stars. And laughter is the best medicine. If Mercury retrograde bites you in the butt this week, just laugh in its face. Just like I'm laughing about how this is the second time I've done this reading. And it got deleted. You never know. Sometimes something that appears to be like a slowdown or a setback or a delay is actually a shortcut to your alignment. So just be open, you guys. And I do want to let you guys know just quickly that I have one coaching spot available. So if anybody is interested in personal coaching, hit me up. I can even give you a discount. I can take $30 off the price if you're interested. And I just feel like there's one person out there who needs this, and maybe it's because you want to learn how to read the tarot, or maybe it's because you just need to talk to somebody about your twin flame situation, or maybe you just want to get readings every week, or maybe you want to actually save money because you actually get 6 readings, hour-long Skype sessions for the price of 4. And so it's almost like you're buying 4 readings, you get 2 free, and it's a really great deal. And so hit me up and we can get it scheduled and we can talk more about it. Check it out at promiseharmony.com/services. It's the first item that pops up. And so it'll say personal coaching if you are interested. And yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being patient with me getting this reading out there. I want to say thank you to all of my supporters, and keep coming to my channel for free content. Everybody who's purchasing coaching and personal readings and Skypes, you guys are actually supporting me so I can continue to do free readings and free live sessions and stuff like that to help people who need it. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Peace out.